Hey guys, welcome back to Grimreaper coming at you for another video for Raidshadowlegends. Hopefully you're doing well, and hopefully you're looking after yourselves and looking forward to the weekend. We're nearly there, coming up just around the corner. Let's get into today's video. It's another a video for the series. I haven't done one in a couple of weeks, but we're going to be doing another series saying I build them so you don't have to. I've been doing a couple of these recently, and obviously if you guys are looking after this or want this type of content, make sure that you comment down below who you would like me to do a champion showcase on next. I'll build them so you don't have to, and stuff like that. I'm kind of really curious. Moorgate was requested from this dude. Sorry, I can't pronounce the name, but I'm gonna say I'm gonna try and pronounce it. Dominic. Who did request this. Now, this was a couple of weeks ago. I've been waiting for Curse City to kind of pop up and kind of do this video, which is reason why it's been delayed so long. So I am waiting on a couple of epics for Curse City. I really want to focus on a couple of things. So let's go for a kit. Why is she so good? Honestly, she's probably one of the best epics in Raidshadowlegends. I definitely think she's up there in the top 10. Moorgate. I didn't actually 6-star one until Curse City actually. So I got 2 max. We're going to showcase just one of them today. You can see there she's looking a bit cheeky for the lads. She's not looking too bad. Great art as well and long hair as well for the lads. Anyway, let's have a look at the base stats. Base stats are fairly good. Reasonable HP for epic, good defense for epic. Speed could be better, resist quite high. Now I use her in multiple areas of Soul Cross, but today we're going to showcase her in one of the hardest floors of Soul Cross. So she'll attack one enemy 2 times. Each hit will ignore shield buffs, very good for Finite. She'll attack all enemies, places a 25% strengthen buff on all enemies for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. She's really worth the bucks. She doesn't got like a lot of bucks as well compared to some epics. So if you can book out the A2 and A3 at GG, you don't really need to worry about that, which is super cool. So she can ignore that as well. She'll team up with 2 random allies to attack a single enemy. Then the allies will join the attack, always use a default skill. Grants an extra turn if she kills a enemy. Really useful with that. And then she'll counter attack whenever she's under strengthen buff placed by this champion. So it has to be placed by this champion. You can't use another champion with her to kind of put that strengthen. The passive won't work. So really solid. You can obviously see these 2 are really solid for finite content, which is where I actually do use her in Soul Cross, which again, one of them would be the normal finite. So really solid epic overall. And I honestly can't wait to get her to +4. We all can access her, by the way, for fairly free. I'm going to say free because you can kind of access it early through the Plarium points deemed. And obviously, if you don't did the promo code already, you can do the promo code PP500. This will give you 500 channel points to kind of use within the 2 of these soul events overall. So make sure you go ahead and do that. So let's get into today's content. We're going to kick off with a couple of areas. Now, I don't think that all dwarfs is open, so we can kind of showcase her in dwarfs. You can see here my team is very Kraken, so we can go ahead and throw her in here and let her basically ruin this boss. Now, I may as well run this. I've never used it here. As you can see, I'm quite stacked with legendaries on this faction. I have been stacked on this faction for a very long time, so Gina will obviously go put that out. And you can see the damage potential already with no increased defense with her to increase her damage as well, which is fantastic. This is what you want. And you can see the damage potential is pretty nutty. So ally attack is very useful with AoE, especially with Torment, which you can see that you're going to get a bit more of CC and a bit more control. Especially to deal with that annoying Mr. Maneater who does go ahead and get up his buffs. But everything else will be tied in. We just have to wait for this unkillable. which is a bit annoying, but you know, hey ho, it's one of them ones. And unfortunately, AI is just not as smart as us. So Torment is, with his A2, is looking a bit wonky, donkey for sure. He gets extra turn from his A2, so he will go ahead and did this thing. Now you would think that Herdig and Mountain King, like everyone should do way more damage than her, really, because they're all built for damage. Like every single champion in this comp is built for damage, so that's definitely one thing to kind of take in. Obviously, Torment's a bit more of a wet noodle kind of thing. I actually think Torment's actually missing gear probably. And again, you can see that ally attack really useful with G-Nuts A1, which again is super nice. And then you'll see that G-Nut will come in and clean it up. So you can see there that we get the resources that we need. Morgan coming in with 418, and you can see that she does more damage than Herdig, Mountain King, and Torment. And the only person that did more damage was actually the G-Nut overall. So yeah, super solid champion. But as you can see, she's a +2. She's solid in all type of content as well. Against Griffin, I don't think Griffin's kind of on right now, and also like I wouldn't use. Oh, he is on. You could use him here. You can also use her against the dragon, not my magma dragon, but you can use it against the one where you've got the ads, and she was super solid here. You can build high resistance upon her, and then avoid the lockout, and then the ally attack and strengthen to counter attack would generally help as well. We're not going to do that for today because she's because it's just going to take too long for this video, and it doesn't really matter too much here. Now there is one secret room where she's really good in. I don't think it's this rotation, unfortunately. Oh, okay, so it is this rotation. So we can go ahead and we can try and pile on some of these champions. I don't actually know who's built and who's not, so I'm kind of just going with the wind here. Now we can come in to our deep inbox, and you want to try and clear all the rotations actually with this, because you will want the extra keys, right, for lethal. So it's really important to kind of like clear this rotation, right? So I'm just gonna go ahead and try and whack on some gear onto her, so we can watch both of these just run in and just absolutely destroy this floor. Mr. Ram will be happy that he hasn't got Ronis later on in the week. We kind of need a Slayer ring, which I don't think we have one, but try get a 100% critical rate. Okay, we can take this to 12. Slayer is not very good on her, but obviously for the one piece ring, which will just crit cap her. So our number 2 is ready to go. This is not a way I would recommend to build her. You want to be copying this build. It's much better. And obviously you're only using Crushing Ram in Curse City content or PvC content if it's a 6-star. If it's under that, I would recommend actually just go ahead and take the Cruelty, right? Because I think Cruelty would be better until you got that thing. You can see. You see there, she took an extra turn because she killed with an ally attack, and they're just teaming up on her, deal with Farrakhan and Fat and causing some issues. You can see the damage is fairly good. Not amazing, not broken, but fairly good, right? Doing a job for sure. So we're going to carry on and let this run. You can see here that we got super control overall, and there's nothing really to worry about here. Plenty of control and etc. Now you probably will have Rush the Mangler do a bit more damage just because he's a 6-star Crushing Ram and he's pretty OP. I think I actually put gear on him today as well for Soul Cross as well, because I was doing another recording with the Soul Cross, which all my Curse City videos will probably also be dropping today. I've got quite a few on the channel already, so if you're tuning in for Curse City content, you can definitely have a look at that. We will do one Curse City stage today, which will be S19. and I'll share all the builds with you as well, because it's quite a hard floor, and I don't actually think I made a video on it yet. So we killed 2 birds with 1 stone today in today's video with that. You can see here it's a bit slow, but full auto, nothing problem. And you can see the utility coming in from the champion, which is fantastic overall. So again, more gate coming in, cleaning up, getting extra turns. You can see that she's getting plenty of extra turns through the from the ally attack. So you can see that she's not too shabby whatsoever. You can see again, brush built for damage, 234. You might be missing gear, God's knows, to be honest, when it comes to Curse City content. You can see here Moorgate coming in with 428, which is a +2, and then the Crushing Rem actually coming in with 483. So super cool. Let's take her into dungeons then. So again, if you're like a newer player, you're struggling in finite content or anything like that, she can definitely do a job in finite as well. Has really good synergy with Allure, especially if you don't own a cold heart. I know I'm kind of using champions and not free to play, but at the end of the day, we're not doing a finite video, we're doing a video over how good she is. So you can see there, she does clear it quite nicely after Marius. Marius has obviously given her the increased defense. She is defense based champion, so she can do way more damage over way more over the period of time. So you can see here, we're just coming in. This is, I guess, a free-to-play team in some sense, because you've got 2 epics, you've got 2 free legendaries that you can earn over a long period of time. And then Mr. Armads, who was a fusion a few months ago, within, I think, the last 16 months. I think he was probably one of the second good fusions. I think Dreamsong and Wixor were the only 2 really solid fusions after them. And I think after that, it's just kind of dropped off. And to be honest, like this fusion that was just being showcased that kicks off on Monday, I don't actually have high hopes for that fusion as well. I think a lot of people, like as a poisoner, it's kind of good. But there's better poisoners out already. As a Hatred Burned explosion, there's better already than that as well, if I'm being honest. And I just think for like the arena niche, I don't see it happening as well. I think mythicals are more of a problem than that overall, but it's just one of the things that need to be tested. I would do the fusion anyway, because I do all fusions, and my rule is gold, and it's pretty solid overall. Also, with the new clan boss, you don't know all the mechanics yet. We don't know all the kits, all the heads, etc. So we don't actually know if he's going to be needed in that, or what further content they'll release probably after Christmas when there's a new dungeon going to go live as well. So you can see here we do this quite fairly fast. Not the fastest team in the world by far, but as I just throw this team together, it does quite fairly well. You can see good synergy there with Law. She's coming in with 1.86 million. Maris obviously coming in with 2.7, but Maris is just absolute cannon. Lydia's coming in with 1.229 million damage as well. Lydia's got Crushing Ram. She's a +4. She's built for damage for Hydra, and she's also in a Hex set, so it kind of explains why she's out damaging Moorgate. Moorgate would definitely out damage her overall. So that's it for the kind of this. We're going to take her into Soul Cross, and then I'm going to showcase the builds. I'm also going to showcase the rest of the builds for Soul Cross 19. So if that's what you're looking for in today's video, it's definitely coming up, and I'll show you all the builds and everything else. Okay, so this is the team that we're using. We've got lovely FAYNE, Moorgate, Rockbreaker, and what's his name, Noghorn. To be honest, you could use double Moorgate, but when the first time I beat this, I only had 1 Moorgate, so I kind of just made it work, and then I 6-starred second Moorgate for something. I can't remember what I did it for, but there was another stage on Soul Cross where it was very useful. You can see here, actually, I've not upgraded this guy either, but he could be very solid for this. Not super fast, but it is consistent, and overall I'm not going to do it live on stream on this video, because I kind of just want to sit back and relax. is a bit of an RNG fest, but she definitely does help. Now, the main damage dealer is FAYNE in this comp. You'll see here FAYNE will one-shot the Mariska. Please don't ask me how she one-shot Mariska. I was a little bit surprised as well. You can see here Mr. Taurus is getting ready to counter-attack her to death. You can definitely use stone skin on her as well. I checked, I didn't have any viable stone skin. You can see here we basically put up the provokes, and basically we lock this down. We got Rock Breaker and Knock-Horn. If you don't have Rock Breaker, that's fine. You can use double Knock-Horn. When I first started to clear this, one of my Knock-Horns who used to be for Phantom Shogun, so I didn't want to use double Knock-Horn and like having to swap out the gear, etc. So I just kind of made this work with Rock Breaker. And obviously now with epics, you can actually empower epics. So you could use double Knock-Horn, sorry, Rock Breaker over Knock-Horn if you're struggling for stats, right? Because you can empower and do blessings, and you also get more bonuses from the Guardian factions for epics over res as well. So you can see here we've killed the main villain, which is Mariska. We're now gonna pick off Cephalia. Cephalia is definitely the one we want to kill next, so we definitely want to do that. And then as they start falling, same as any other stage, you just keep provoking, because you only need one of the provoke champions to be ready for the next stage. They're both in reflex gear. You can use impulse as well. Don't use merciless because it's placed, right? And merciless is not going to proc, so reflex or impulse would be the way to go there. So you can see here we're just picking off the champions. I'm also bringing FAYNE back up because I didn't put stone skin in. Do a big bolster set, and then we're healing and just trying to heal the whole team up, ready to go, but also just keep doing A1s now to get rid of these Tauruses and make sure we're ready. I do kind of recommend to keep provoking them because, again, as long as you got one provoke, AoE provoke ready for the next stage, you're generally quite fine in this. But yeah, anyway, so she just removed debuffs on E1 as well. Still whatever her name is. So you can see here we move into the second wave. Kind of a bit slow, but it's fine. Consistent and etc. is more important. You can one shot by the way the Cephalia here with FAYNE, but I didn't land the defense down, so I didn't one shot, which I was a bit unlucky. I went for Sulfurion first because Sulfurion has the revive and shields, and then I'm going after the Krokmar next because Krokmar has the passive ability where it decreases your attack and accuracy and then defense as well, or something like that. So I don't want to start getting resisted and getting all the problems. So I do recommend to kind of go in that order. You can see here again, the provokes are doing a great job of locking everything down and just generally doing their stuff. You can see as well, like Morgate's cruelty kicking in and reducing their defense to allow us to do more damage. You can bring in Steel Skull in here instead of FAYNE if you wanted to. And this would add more increased defense, which would allow Morgate to do more damage. You can run double Morgate as well, and you could also run the other dwarf who has the defense down ability, which I did show earlier on the screen. I can't remember his name, but he's only about 80% chance AoE decreased defense or something like that, so he can be a bit frustrating. But these can generally help you one-shot the waves a lot faster. Personally, I'm just not going to 6-star champions unless I need to. I will probably 6-star these epics anyway at some point, just because to do fusions and champion trainings, etc., and to stop the epic books piling up, and again empower everything to a +4, right, to be ready for the next content. I definitely will be covering the new clan boss quite a bit and kind of put a lot of attention into that. So keep an eye on that if that's the new type of content you're going to be after, and I will be dropping quite a few videos on that as well. So you can see here we kill them, we just keep provoking them to make our way to the next wave, and we want to be ready for this. Now you'll see here, we enter the fight 9 minutes in. We don't want to provoke at all here because you got Jingword's passive, and this is notoriously quite hard. This is probably like the hardest for this rotation more than anything, and really quite annoying and frustrating. So that's one thing to take in consideration. So we'll see here, we'll go with FAYNE with the defense down a weaken on Mr. Fox. And then I'll just put up killables and etc. You can see that Crushing Rem doing some work. And then you'll see here, we'll get locked out in a minute. Unfortunately, there's not much you can really do because Jingword is there. And Jingword will stop you CCing her anyway, right? So it is what it is. Either way, I'll go after Jingword next to try and kill Jingword, so then we can start placing provokes and etc. FAYNE will go down, but FAYNE's kind of done a job already. I kill the Fox first because he's the hardest hitter out of all of them. Yeah, and also he lands blocked active skills, which is quite, I think, is more annoying than the lockout in general. So yeah, it's kind of one of them ones. So you can see here we'll come in and come in. Moorgate does go down, but we will be able to revive, as we do have a reviver in here, which is pretty solid. And again, you'll see that we'll come in and do some damage. So this is why I do have the reviver in here. And you'll see that Moorgate goes back down, but again, I think I just hit auto in a minute because I kill her, and it's basically GG, right? So yeah, she drops there. And everything else is set sailing, right? So yeah, let me go ahead and show you the gear. I don't want to run it all the way through because I don't want it to be super long. I took Freya's gear already, my bad. I did just put in, I think it was actually Moorgate's gear that we took. No, it wasn't Moorgate's. What gear did we take? I should have saved the build, but I didn't. It's a bit unfortunate. Yes, it was this one actually. This is the second Moorgate. So this was the stats that we ran. Basically, it's just Siegfried's gear, and I'm too lazy to do rebuilds all the time. So you can see here, actually, I kind of screwed up a little bit on her earlier because she's actually defense based, right? So don't go ahead and do that. This is how you want to build up, which we'll showcase in a second. So FAYNE, for example, we do have some extra stats coming in from Curse City, coming in here. So we've got 285 speed, good attack, good critical damage, and accuracy. I'm not going to make it super long overall because I want it to be mainly about Moorgate, but I will drop the stats in just in case you guys want to copy the team. And I can also use this and save myself making another video. What breaker? No masteries. Blessing is a bonus, and you got some refresh as well there, which again is a bonus. You can add all the stats on already, but this is generally what we want with Curse City, etc. Survivability, accuracy, and stuff. Again, same kind of builds, reflex and impulse coming in, doing a job, not a problem. Here again as well, want plenty of accuracy on these dudes because of Croc-Mars passive. If you're just trying to scrape the barrel with accuracy, you're going to get really frustrated with that. You can also take masteries as well, which I haven't done in today's video. Show you Moorgate again, no champion, no masteries. I can't say it's hard, right? But then I've got all these champions with no masteries. And to be honest, like, books are easier to do and cheaper to do than masteries. So yeah, as you see here, these are the HP stats I got coming in for her. Really good speed in bolster set. I do always kind of prefer bolster over the intensity of stone skin. I just think it's easier to build and it gives more protection on all the champions. If you can build bolster and stone skin together, then that's probably a better way to go. We are missing 6-star, the 6-star damage, so that would be a bit better. You got defense coming in at 4,900, which is quite fairly low, to be honest. We have got extra ignored critical ignored defense. We have got some coming in with some critical damage of 300, and overall a 6-piece merciless is one I would recommend to go, because then she can cycle through her abilities and kind of come in more. Now, these are the masteries that we took. These are old masteries. There was a couple of changes I'd make. Definitely would drop this and bring in Wrath of Slayer, and then I would also probably drop this and then come in with Detergent. Now Resurgent, sorry, to get more counter attacks. Now it is worth noting this champion is solid in clan boss as well, traditional clan boss teams. However, I'm not going to showcase that today because I'm not going to go ahead and build a whole clan boss team, and it's more aimed at mid game, late game, and early game. Normally, once you get to in game, you kind of outgrow her for that type of content, and that content is also kind of dead as well. It's probably more dead than other content already in Raidshadowlegends, which there is plenty of that overall. I would take her into arena, but I don't feel like that's her spot, so I'm going to kind of save you from that. You can see here very good ratings overall, which I think is fantastic, and a lot of good utility. Even Sandel and Phantom, and surprisingly with some interesting stats. And obviously Epic, you can empower to +4, which will give you like crazy stats as well. I think that's it for today's video. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I really do appreciate it. Anyone else you want me to kind of max out and do champion guide on, I'm definitely willing to do it. I'm not too bothered by it, so go ahead and drop your comments down below. Who do you want me to max next? And give me suggestions as well for content where you might have seen her or where you think that they might be good in as well. And then let me know your comments down in the comment section. What do you think about Morgate? Do you agree that she's one of the best epics? I think she's top 10 overall in P versus Z content. That's it for today. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. I've been Grim. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.